I'm Samantha, this is the channel Trying to Get By, and I'm getting by with what's in my freezer. My freezer is getting a bit overloaded and we need to use up some of the stuff in there. You know what it's like when you end up finding things down at the bottom that you haven't used for a while and you forgot that you had. So we're cleaning out, making some space. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to make with those things that I find in my freezer this week. Tonight's meal from the freezer is going to be these chickeny fake chicken nuggety things, which I'm just going to pop in the air fryer. And in the time it takes these to cook, which is air fryer, don't preheat, don't turn, about 16 minutes at about mid 180s. Oh, there you go, start, that'll be done. So what I'm going to do now is I have got some frozen veg. So we've got some sweet corn, some peppers, mixed veg, a bit of cauliflower. I've got my rice, which is frozen from ages ago. I made a massive lot of rice. This is the last of that. It's like a spicy rice. So I'm going to pour some boiling water in here. So there's enough water in there to cook it and steam it as well, but I'm also going to put in one of these golden curry cubes. It's my last one, so that is going to cook down as this cooks. I'm going to put the lid this is a pizza plate, it's great, it fits my frying pan perfectly. I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to pop the heat on. Is that on? Yes, it is on. We are on sort of like medium high. I'm going to let that go for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to go make sure that I can mix in all the curry sauce and carry on with that. 5 minutes in, and I'm just going to give the curry sauce a little mix. There we go. And this time I'm going to leave the lid off so it can cook down. One thing I have just done is just cut the cauliflower into smaller pieces because they were far too massive. I think I got carried away and put a little bit too much water in, so I'm just going to pour in a little bit of corn flour slurry. So a bit of corn flour, a bit of cold water, pour it in, give it a mix, and that'll soon thicken it up. There we go. Let this cook down for another minute, and in the meantime I'm just going to pour a little bit of our hot water on top of our rice, and I'm going to put a lid on this, throw it in the microwave for about 3 minutes till it is steamy hot. There we go, that's tonight's dinner. So we've got the rice, the nuggets type things. They're not really nuggets, they don't say the nuggets on the thing. They're just crispy chicken bites, or a chicken. And, oh, excuse me. And our sauce with our veggies. Should be super tasty. Okay, I'm reaching in the fridge. I know what we're going to have. We're going to have burgers. But what are we going to have with our burgers? So I have got, I can see down at the bottom, we have got some frozen onion. We're going to have that. We have got some, oh no, not going to have waffles. We've got some potatoes that are frozen. I got these in a, oh, what was it? It was a bread and butter thing container when I bought and it came in a vacuum sealed pack of potatoes. So what I did was I blanched them for about 2 minutes in boiling water, took them out, cooled them, and then put them on a tray to freeze. So we've got those. So we're going to cook those in the air fryer. Let me think what else. There's nothing else from the freezer in here that we need, because I think I'm going to throw in a few mushrooms as well. And the only other thing we need now is we're not going to have burgers on a bun, although have you ever had burgers on crumpets? I do have crumpets in the freezer. No, we're going to have burgers in pita breads. So I'm going to go and quick nip to the other freezer and get out our pita breads. Right, we have got some pitas. We have got 2 pita breads here that are in our, this is our bread freezer. Chips I've put in the air fryer, they're going to go on in a little bit. I'm not quite ready for those yet, but that'll be on there. Those will be cooked for about 180 for about 15-20 minutes. The rest of it, I've just put the frozen stuff in there. I've chopped the mushrooms up there. I've put my frozen burgers on top. They will defrost as this is all cooking, and these cook fine from frozen, absolutely no problems whatsoever. I've cooked them from frozen loads and loads of times. These are the Beyond Burgers, really good. So all I'm going to do is leave this on a lowish heat. It's on my smallest ring, and I'm just going to leave this to do its thing until everything is cooked. There we go, all cooked up, stuffed into the pitta. The amount of time it takes to cook everything is just enough time for the pitta to defrost. Anyone else hate cutting open pittas? I can never get them right. I'm sorry, that one's, yeah, happened. But there we go. And I'm near to the bottom of my lovely barbecue sauce, and that is why it's gone everywhere. But there we go, that's tonight's tea. I really fancy a creamy pasta sauce tonight. So, you know what makes good creamy pasta? Cauliflower. So our mainstay for our tea tonight will be this frozen cauliflower. So in a pan, I just did 1 onion and a bit of garlic, and I've just cooked it down a little bit. I'm then going to throw in all of my cauliflower that I'm going to use. And then add, for extra flavour, some bouillon powder, so a few pinches of that, it's probably about a tablespoon. And then on we go with some boiling water. I am going to pop a lid on this, because if you don't put a lid on, it won't boil as quickly, and it saves energy to put the lid on. The other ingredient I'm going to add to this, which is going to make our sauce, is some white miso. If you've not got it, don't panic, but it does add a nice depth of flavour. And also some nutritional yeast. If you are not using this, you could use cheese if you wish to. So I'm just going to pop the lid on this, let it cook, and get some pasta on. So all I've done there is I've scooped out all the cauliflower. You can see it's steaming like a mad thing. I'm going to put in a bit of a spoon of miso in there as well. And I've not got much nutritional yeast left, so that's just going to all be dumped in. And a little splash of our water. Now, because I've used my bouillon powder, it's not going to be a white sauce, because the bouillon powder has made it look a bit more brown coloured. So all I'm going to do is now blend this up till it is beautifully smooth. While I'd been sorting everything else out, I did cook my pasta. Yes, I cooked it in a frying pan because I was too lazy to get out a different pan, and the frying pan was there, and the spaghetti fits in there perfectly. I also threw in some veggies out of the freezer, so just a bag of mixed veg. And what I'm going to do now is we're just going to pour our sauce on top. There we go. And give it a little bit of a mix when I find some implements to mix it with. There we go. So that is my super creamy, made out of the freezer pasta. I'm going to turn this heat back on for a minute just to make sure everything is nice and hot. And that is going to be delicious, but I'm just going to taste it first, just to make sure. See if it needs any salt. Although with the miso, in theory, you shouldn't really need salt, because the miso's got a little bit of a saltness to it. Now, as usual, I am not eating pasta on camera. That is super creamy. That just hits the spot on what I wanted. So I've managed to clean out some things from the freezer, although I still have 1,001 bananas to make banana bread that I will eventually get to. But at least I have made some space in my veg drawer. So we are down here. This is the main veg drawer. But if anybody has any ideas of what to do with some leftover that are getting slightly icy sprouts from Christmas, I'd be very grateful for your ideas. Let me know also in the comments, what are your standards in your freezer? Mine's got to be a bag of mixed veg, a bag of peas, sweet corn and cauliflower. They are my 4 main vegetable staples in my freezer. Let me know, as I said, in the comments below, what's yours. If you're interested in watching more freezer videos, I have got a playlist of some meals that I've bulk made and prepped for the freezer, which I will put over here. And I've got another quick freezer video that I'll pop over there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.